As we journey westward, we find ourselves amidst towering giants once again. We've reached the eastern flank of the coastal range in British Columbia. With the clock ticking away on our remaining time before a brief respite from the road, we seize the opportunity for one last adventure. Heading north to Lillooet, we plan to traverse westward towards Lillooet Lake, where our final gravel route south begins. British Columbia, for those unfamiliar, is a breathtaking sight to behold, especially during the springtime. And right now, we find ourselves immersed in its beauty. The peaks remain snow-capped while the foliage grows greener with each passing day, creating vivid and vibrant contrasts that captivate the senses. Following a steep ascent out of Lillooet and an even steeper descent, we reach the Inshuk Forest Service Road, which eventually transitions into the West Harrison Forest Service Road. The Harrison Lake region holds nostalgic significance for me, as I explored it extensively during my early days of off-roading. Most recently, I traversed this road in its entirety, albeit in the opposite direction, accompanied by my best friend in 2017, just before embarking on a journey to northern Canada and Alaska. As the day drew to a close, we began our search for a camping spot along the Inshuk Forest Service Road, which leads us directly through the Kalakum Reserve. After unintentionally traveling further south than planned, we eventually found a spot just off the road. However, uncertainty lingered about whether we would be welcome to stay on Indigenous land. With no one in sight to seek an answer from and the area appearing vacant, we took a chance. It turns out our chosen spot is on a major thoroughfare for the nearby reserve residents, but they simply drove past, offering friendly waves as they went. As the sun dips below the western mountains, leaving golden crests adorning the eastern peaks, night descends quietly upon us. In the tranquil, creeping darkness, we watched as one of the locals, illuminated by the soft glow of twilight, foraged for her dinner, a silent yet captivating scene that we felt fortunate to watch. With the arrival of morning, the sun's light heralds the start of a new day of travel through yet another of British Columbia's picturesque corridors. Ready to embark on the next leg of our journey, we eagerly anticipate the scenery that awaits us along the way. Continuing south, we marveled at the vibrant colors, mountains, and interesting sights along the way, eventually stopping at Whiskey Lake for a moment to take it all in. Springtime in British Columbia is a truly special time and holds a special allure. While the winters are relatively mild, they are damp and dark. With the return of the sun to northern latitudes, this land ignites with a burst of life and vitality that is truly remarkable. As much as we leisurely enjoy soaking in the scenery, we realize the need to pick up the pace in order to make camp at a reasonable hour. While embracing a slow-paced journey is part of our ethos, I have a specific spot in mind where I'd like to stay tonight, and it's going to take some time to fully soak it in. Therefore, it's best for us to continue pushing forward, balancing our desire to savor the moment with the desire to sit still and silently observe. As we approach the Tupela Timber Yard, the last spectacle along this winding Forest Service road before reaching the shores of Harrison Lake, we're confronted with a stark reminder of British Columbia's leading industries. Aside from its service-based and tourism sectors, resource extraction, particularly forestry, reigns supreme. Witnessing the logging of first-growth trees of such magnitude is a sight that doesn't sit easily with us.
Yeah, look at the size of these logs.
However, we're compelled to acknowledge the flip side of the coin. The very roads we are traveling on owe their existence to the forestry industry. It's through these roads that we gain access to remote and awe-inspiring places like this. A juxtaposition that leaves us reflecting on the complexities of human interaction with nature. Navigating the section between Tapella and Westwood Bay proves to be the rockiest, steepest, and severely potholed stretch of the Harrison Forest Service Road, making progress slow and challenging for us. While we typically don't divulge what goes on inside the van as we traverse these rugged roads, one aspect that significantly slows us down and sets us apart from the speed at which pickup trucks may travel is the fact that we're driving within our living space. The constant clatter and crash of items tumbling off ledges and out of cupboards onto the floor are always cringeworthy and unwelcome interruptions to our journey. To mitigate the stress and prevent further mishaps, we often navigate these bumpy sections at a crawl, prioritizing the safety of both ourselves and our belongings. Finally, after a few hours of slowly plodding along, we've arrived at our destination. I stopped here in 2017 and made note of the spot, and have been eager to return ever since.
Adventures! Ha! Ha!
This place exudes a beautiful sense of timelessness. When I gaze upon landscapes like this, I'm often struck by the realization that they exist in spite of us. Our brief presence here, the footsteps we leave behind, are but fleeting moments, insignificant blips on the tapestry of time. These mountains, this lake, these trees, they must hold countless secrets and have witnessed countless events that we can only begin to imagine. Then, Like all proper Canadians do, we decided we should go for a dip to rinse off in a glacier-fed lake, although that quickly turned into something far more complicated for one of us that doesn't fare well in the cold.
I slipped! Oh! I'm getting faint. Gosh dang it. What am I doing? This is stupid. Oh. I just gotta give myself a minute to think. Just gotta... I need to rethink my life choices. It's really cold. Oh. Gosh. Why? Gosh, dang it! Ah! I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Ah!
I thought I was gonna dunk my head, but I don't think that's possible.
I don't think I can dunk anything more than my balls.
Isn't that the worst part?
Yes! Oh, I need to rethink my life again.
Oh.
I need out. Oh, you friggin' brag about it later. Oh, frickin' heck.
You're really on the move.
Yeah, I know. I just need to keep myself from going into shock. No. Can't do it. No. I can't. No. It's too freaking cold.
Oh, my feet.
Let it be known, Meg is a lot tougher than I am. Oh.
An added bonus to this spot is that the whole area smells richly of fresh cut cedar, and there's plenty of it to make a fire.
Hey there, you little hoodlum. Tell me about the success of our fire thus far.
Oh, just doing the good work right now.
The good work.
Yeah.
I swear this place just keeps on going off. The light is so good. It's so good. The next morning brought more sunshine and warmth, which always means an invitation for a walk. Our shared reasons for embracing a minimalist lifestyle centered around travel are rooted in the desire to live a life abundant in experiences, memories, and the freedom to relish simple pleasures. Yet for me personally, I believe there's an underlying fear of fully embracing adulthood and its accompanying responsibilities. I'm hesitant to leave behind the carefree kid who found joy in jumping from rock to rock on the ocean shore, sitting beside forest streams to peer into the water, and constructing forts from driftwood. If I succumb to a life dictated by schedules, deadlines, a 9-to-5 grind, and the relentless pursuit of more, I fear I'll lose sight of that inner child forever. I understand that these ideals may not resonate with everyone, but it's why I've devoted so much of my life to navigating how I can coexist in a world that expects conformity to these norms without sacrificing my true essence. As much as we wished we could linger longer, the inevitable moment arrived when we had to bid farewell to our enchanting temporary abode for the night. With a heavy heart, we set out on the gravel road ahead, knowing that another stage of preparation for the many exciting adventures to come awaited us. Despite the bittersweet parting, we were filled with anticipation for the journey ahead, ready to embrace whatever lay on the horizon.
Well, that is it. That is all, folks. Thank you so much for being along with us on this one. We appreciate all of you guys that have chosen to subscribe and continue to watch our videos. We're on to another week of family and friends and catching up, and then we're going to be on to doing repairs on Betty and all that stuff. So yeah, stay tuned for a big old update video coming your way. And until the next one, keep on roaming. Peace!